Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions. If you're here with us, that means it is Sunday night, and we're ready to get some D&D on. So thank you all for coming out tonight. I am the real Josh T from JnJ Tabletop. I play the DM here, and which is essentially everything except for our characters. Speaking of our characters, if you all could introduce yourselves, let me know who you are, where we could find you, if you have anything interesting going on that you would like to shout out, and also who you play. All right, what's a good question? Who you play, and if your character could invent a new dish, what ingredients would it have? You don't have to say that, like, everything. You don't have to say exactly what it would be, but what's like one thing or two things that they would definitely throw in there, something like that, to that extent. So the only person who doesn't look completely phased by this is Michael. So I'm gonna have Michael go first.
I have absolutely no clue. By the way, I'm Michael, Mr. Yoda. I play Mac. Mac is not of culinary excellence. Mac can make food to survive. That's about the level of skill that he has. But he enjoys rice.
Okay.
In just about any form.
Perfect. All right, so how about this? Would it be a breakfast, lunch / dinner, or dessert?
It would definitely be dinner.
Okay.
He would go with a dinner meal because he generally eats hearty for like sustenance to keep himself strong. So like, not that you can't do that with breakfast or lunch, but those tend to be lighter meals. When he does eat, he eats with gusto.
All right, I love it. All right, who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I'm Izzee. You can find me here, and sometimes on the JnJ channel, ever so often here and there. I play Melly. So I definitely think she would make some sort of like very hearty pasta dish and put like somehow work like the plum wine into that, like when you do like a reduction sauce with like putting some fresh veggies and stuff in there, like that would be what she'd do. And then she'd definitely do some sort of dessert with like some sort of sherbet with the plums.
I love that. I was hoping you would include plums. I had a feeling.
I think I know. I think I could do it now. It took me a minute. Definitely took me a minute, but I feel like if Vale ever tried gumbo, he would be like into it, like really into it, because you can kind of make it anything you want, and he would love to like try something different every time. Like it would be like his own culinary curiosity that he could just play with, and it feels like that would be it. But my name's Jake. JnJ Tabletop right here is underneath my name, or sometimes J and Jake, but I play Vale, the elven fighter warlock, and yeah, I think Vale would be into gumbo, like a lot. So, how about you, Evan?
Yeah. So I'll start with the introductions. I'm Evan, or Evbo. My thing right under my face there says it's Evbo. You're gonna find me on that everywhere, pretty much. Working on a few more, but we'll see what happens. Echo, if Echo was going to invent a new dish, it would probably be to invent some new kind of more offensively stinky cheese. Like, like the kind of like something so sharp you take a bite and you feel like hair grow on your back. It's just like, God, that's disgusting, and it's delicious. So probably something with that. I don't know if that means he's creating a new cheese. My thought in my head, to be honest, is that he created some new cheese that he included on a charcuterie board that he created. And it was pretty much exclusively just that and whatever meat he happened to have sitting around. Yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. I like it. Like it a lot. We have a question in chat, so before we get to all the other introduction things, I will just answer. Nia asks, can Max, assuming she meant Mac, can Mac hide behind something and use sneak attack with the bow? Yes, as long as he successfully stealths, he can be sneak attack because he would have advantage on his attack. So, depending on what he's hiding behind, might not be easy, but as long as he's hidden, he could do it.
And Mac would make a new form of jerky.
Okay,
That's what he would make.
that
Sorry.
feels very, very Mac.
Took me a little bit, but
Definitely something salty.
He's taking. Oh boy.
salty and dry.
There you go.
Oh man, I could see him. He's gonna be making some dragon jerky, right? Actually, you guys already talked about that, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure Mac
Interesting.
would take the lead on that.
Did we give the Giants all the meat though? Because Giants were eating, and they would eat a lot of food, so I don't know how much meat we gave.
They would eat a lot of food. I guess Melly's the only one who would know, but
There's a side compartment in the bag of holding. You have to think about the compartment to put your hand in to take out the things that you put in. And she's got some dragon meat stashed away in there for the group.
the bag of holding, when you have someone like Melly in charge of it, is kind of like the that episode of SpongeBob with the chocolates. You know, the what are they selling? And then he's got the bag and a bag and a bag and a bag, like that whole thing. That's she's got safeguards. That's great. Okay, well, I don't know if Riku is here right now, but if anyone sees him in chat, you need to just spam him with happy birthday messages because it's his birthday today, and he's a regular here, and we appreciate him. Super cool dude, and we appreciate all of you who are regulars here and anyone who's just stopping by. So definitely wish him a happy birthday if you see him. And well, what are we on right now? We're on Rare Drop. So what is Rare Drop? Well, if you find out, please let me know, but I could tell you some of the cool things that they do. If you go to their website at raredrop.co, you'll find all of their awesome podcasts and like clothing and all sorts of stuff like that. And if you want to catch up with everything they have going on, then just follow them on there, follow them on YouTube. There's actually a specific Rare Drop Roleplay YouTube channel, so go over there if you want to catch up on past episodes here. And also, if you want to catch up on like old episodes, then you are going to have to go on to anywhere you can find podcasts, and it'll be there, and you'll be able to see all the, or I guess not see all the, but hear all of our 1 year younger voices and all the awkwardness and stuff of just starting out on a game. And you should definitely check those out if you haven't seen them yet. But wherever you're watching or listening, be sure to drop a follow and subscribe, because it really helps us out and we appreciate it. But me, under my name right now, it says JnJ Tabletop, and Mr. Jacoby right over here, I think he could probably explain what that means.
I sure can. JnJ Tabletop is we're a community of nerds that like D&D and TTRPGs, and we want to help you get the most out of your games, whether you're a rookie, a veteran, a dungeon master, or a player. We have videos and guides to help you do that. We have videos that come out every week. This last week, actually, we released 2 videos, Josh. We released one on Because the Wild Beyond the Witchlight came out this last Tuesday that just passed. We had a video on Fae race and lineage options. We have 10 of them, so I encourage you to check that out if you want to have a little Fae theme going on to any character concept. And then my good friends Josh and Evan made a video review of a homebrew subclass that I made, the Fey Magic Sorcerer, which is available as the video review. You can see it's got links to that. D&D Beyond, everything is basic rules there, so if you don't have a subscription at all, it still will work in your game, and as well as a PDF version of it on DM's Guild, which is also in the JnJ things. So
It's also free.
it's completely free.
everywhere.
It's just pay what you want. It's one of those fun things. And not only am I proud of this work just as a homebrew subclass, but the video is really fun too. I would really encourage you to watch Josh and Evan do the shenanigans. So, but yeah, that's JnJ Tabletop.
There were definitely some fun moments there, and it was I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I love Evan. I love recording videos with Evan, but it was definitely a little weird doing a J&J video with someone who was not Jake, or at least without Jake there.
Yeah, that's true. That would be weird. I mean, as nice as Evan is, you know,
I'm just
let
telling
that
you.
hang for a moment.
No, but I mean, yeah, you should definitely check that out because it was there were a lot of fun moments ahead. We were actually laughing about that right before we went online. So definitely check it out. It was a lot of fun, and it's a cool subclass. Before we get into things, I just want to remind everyone, or ask everyone, or beg everyone, please clip your favorite moments, because it literally helps everything. It helps us because we see things you like, and we could either be like, oh wow, that was a cool moment, or we could laugh at ourselves for doing something stupid. There are a lot of clips of me mispronouncing things, and I laugh every time I see those. So just please clip your favorite moments, because it really helps us out, and we just, you love to see it. That's it. You love to see it.
You never know. Your clip may be the clip of the week that Rare Drop posts.
That's true. That is very true. You might see it on Rare Drop's page. You might see it on their YouTube because they do clip shows and stuff as well. Just saying. Just saying. Well. I guess it's time, right? It's that time of night.
I think so.
It's that time of night. Well, then. Last week on Ancient Relics and Hokey Religions, our adventurers had just fought a dragon, killed the dragon, they looted the lair, they really scavenged everything they could from the dragon itself, just about, and then they made their way back to the home of the Frost Giants. Yeah, I should say Melly scavenged everything there was to get from the dragon. That was pretty much all her. And they made their way back to the lair, or home rather, of the Frost Giants. Had a brief discussion of everything that happened there, and as Michael put it, they had the grumpiest celebration ever, as far as a feast of dragon meat and berries, pinto beans, nuts, and a whole lot of alcohol. During this time, Melly and Echo told a wild story of how they took down this great beast. Echo, now known as, well, he has several different names because the Frost Giant was very wordy when he gave him a name, but most commonly known as Godchild now, to these giants at least. While all the festivities were going on and everyone was bragging and telling stories of their conquests, Vale thought it a good time to have a conversation with Mac about some things that had been on his mind. And they spoke about it, and we'll just say that they agreed to disagree. And Vale stepped away, spent some time just sitting on a really tall bench, swinging his legs, thinking about life. And while he did this, well, his absence was noticed, and Melly, thinking he had had an emergency, and what well, I taught preschool for a little bit, and one time one of the kids was really sad, and we asked why, and she said, because my daddy had a poop accident. That's what she thought happened with our friend Vale. So, Echo was sent to check on things and see what happened. And, well, he found out Vale was just a little upset about some of the things that were going on, some of the conversations and just mindsets about some things. Talked it out a little bit. Doesn't seem like Vale's 100%, but he's still in it. They went back to the table and decided to make their way out to find out what the last reward is from this quest. We went through a cavern into the mountain on the side of this fortress. And eventually, Ragnar, the leader of the Frost Giants, left them to go the rest of the way themselves. Wish them luck. They continued on, traveled up a swirly path up into the heart of the mountain, and they found a temple of some sorts. As they continued on through, Melly leading the way with Mac and Vale on her side and Echo guarding the rear, they came across a large chasm. On the side of this chasm, there were sort of call them like platforms or pedestals of some sort, 4 on each side. As you look around the room, you see that there appears to be some sort of entrance to somewhere on the other side of this 150-foot-ish chasm. And on the left and on the right, there are these kind of ornate and decorative looking really, really tall skeletons. If you had to guess, probably that of a frost giant, that appear to be holding up the ceiling. Whether that's structural or just decorative, I mean, you'd have to really look in to check, but that's where we are right now. And that's the situation.
Are the 4 platforms like to where we could stand on them, kind of like where we can get to them, or where exactly are those platforms at?
So essentially, they go down probably about like a quarter of the way. So you would be able to walk through on the ledge and get to them. There is plenty of room for you to walk over there and stand on them. But it's not like this ledge goes all the way down to the end. Like you couldn't shimmy your way across. It kind of stops at a certain point.
At the point where it stops, how much farther would it be? You're just eyeballing it.
Probably at least like 100 feet.
Okay.
Maybe a little further. It's kind of hard to say. You forgot your measuring tape at home.
Yeah. Well, I send Isla across, and can I still telepathically communicate with her?
Yes, you can still telepathically communicate with her.
Within
How
100
far
feet.
across do you send her?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna. Well, I get. All right, I did it. So I'll have her just fly along the side to see how far away 100 feet is, like where that connection point breaks.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it breaks like it breaks a little bit before the ledge.
Okay.
Not exactly there yet.
And just have her come over on my shoulder. Oh, Millie, it seems like this is something that is for you. Do you have any instinct here?
I'm not sure if it would be possible, but I could try maybe making a bridge out of ice with the staff. But I'm not sure how far I'd actually be able to get.
You think you could cover the whole distance? It would be incredible.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. So with that, Mellie's gonna take out the staff. And she's gonna try and do, I believe it's ice wall to like make the top of the wall, but down so we could walk across it.
I'm just pulling it up, and it's wall of ice, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Radius 10 feet. No.
It
For
says you
how-
can shape a flat surface made up of 10-foot square panels.
10 10-foot square panels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each panel must be continuous with another panel. In any form, the wall is 1 foot thick and lasts for the duration, which concentration up to 10 minutes.
All right. Okay. I'm just reading all of this and making sure I understand everything. Solid surface.
Are you giving her some play with the? It has to be a 10 by 10 panel. I think that's the question here, right? Unless I misunderstand. what you're
Yeah,
trying to
it
do.
does have to be a 10 by 10 panel, right? Yeah. Flat surface made of up to 10. All right. Is that how it goes? I believe that's how it goes. Or...
Rules as written, yes, but Izzee, why don't you ask Josh what you'd like to do?
Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm having a little bit of trouble like picturing exactly what I'm looking at. So could you describe it like? So like there's the pillar. Like if I go to cast it, is it gonna take up too much space? Like how wide is the?
How wide is it, like left and right, as far as opposed to like how far is it?
Yeah, because you said it's 100 feet to the other side, right?
150 feet to the other
Oh,
side.
150 feet to the other side. Okay.
Mhm.
The Yeah, so how wide is it left to right?
Probably about like 80 feet left to right, something like that, from one wall to the other. And the chasm itself on the smallest part of it would be about like, we'll say 40 feet. 40 feet wide.
Okay, so the panels have to touch each other, which means that like I couldn't cast it like in between the platforms? Or would that work?
So all right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna just kind of pull up a quick map and just draw something on it, just to explain this a little bit better, because I think my explaining of this is not doing it any justice.
I love when you draw anyways.
Okay. It's not going to be sized correctly just because I don't have a map prepared that's big enough like that. But
Little disclaimer, objects not to size.
yes, exactly. All right. Okay. Drawing. Let's see. Enter drawing mode. This is the fun part of the game where Josh tries to draw something, and art in the traditional lens is not my strong suit, so this will be fun. But we have this wonderful backdrop made from meth, so that'll help. All right.
And for everyone that's listening on the podcast right now, Josh is making an amazing illustration for us. I mean, I just words can't even describe this.
All right. So, thank you, Michael. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. Very genuine.
I figured the podcast people would need to know.
They do need to know. They do. You're right.
I mean, the line work of this, I'm blown away.
I guess, does that make any sense or help at all? So you have, and can you see my cursor on here or no? You can't, right?
No.
Okay. So here's how we'll do it. We're going to use Echo as an
Hey.
example. So you are here. You have a platform here, here, here. Same thing on the other side. All of this whole section, you're able to walk on. That is a ledge where there's just room for you to walk on. It kind of ends right over here. From there, there is some sort of distance more than 100 feet to the other side. Same thing on this side. You got platform. This whole spot, a ledge. This whole spot, falling down very far into a hole.
So the
Okay.
platforms were able to walk to easily?
Yes. Does that help like at all?
Yeah, now I know what it looks like.
Okay.
So much better. I thought they were like little, like I thought we had to hop from platform to platform to get to the
Yes.
point where it was more than 100 feet to the other side.
Can I inspect one of the platforms?
Absolutely.
And does it look like it's either like spring loaded or some type of thing to where if it was stepped on that it would lower or move at all?
Why don't you make we'll make a check on this. I'd say probably perception.
That is a net 20, so that is a 26.
That's 20, baby. Very good. Very good. All right. Well, yeah, it almost looks like you have a lot of experience with traps, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the traps that you see are sort of like a pressure plate type of thing. It appears to be the same type scenario with these, where it's some sort of plate where if you step on, it's gonna click in. You don't know exactly what's gonna happen when it clicks in, but
It would appear that these platforms are some sort of pressure plate. I don't know what it activates, but I'm kind of like glancing over to the other side. I'm guessing there's probably some sort of combination that we have to do to get across. I don't know what it might create or make, but
Well, perhaps we should start testing them out. Should we see what they do? Do we think that the frost giants would lead us in here to easily die after killing a frost dragon for them?
Not easily.
If we're going to do that, I think I'll give us all a little bit of a blessing before we attempt that, just in case anything pops out or anything at all that maybe it can help with. From one side to the other side, I'm sorry, you said it was how many feet? Left to right?
80-ish, I think. You're muted.
80 feet left to right, 40 feet in the middle.
Okay. But the blessing only lasts for a little bit of time, so we would have to bless and then sprint off to see.
Echo smiles and nods at that.
So we're just picking 4 of them and getting on it all at once? Is that what you're saying?
I think let's start with one.
Trying to understand what Melly was saying with her blessing. Or are you saying wait until we know more?
Well, whoever goes first, I'm definitely going to bless them to be on the safe side, so. Does anyone prefer to be the person to step?
I'll do it.
I look over at... Oh, never mind.
Vale takes out the immovable rod. He's like, maybe this could be useful if it flings me hundreds of feet into the air.
You also have your teleport to get out if something seems off.
It's true.
I'm gonna back a little bit, like maybe about 10 feet away, 10, maybe actually 15 feet away. I don't know if all of the others are or not, but
Vale's getting ready to step on the... He's not there, but he's moving towards the first one on the right. So yeah, he's like moving over to here.
You are muted, sir.
And then he's just looking at everybody to make sure. All right,
Echo's
then.
actually going to move toward the left set.
I'm going to sip on this now.
Before he does, Melly's gonna go ahead and she's gonna bless him. And she's gonna hit whoever else is in range. So I know Max said he's 15 feet away, so he should be in range. I want to say Echo's in range if he didn't go like all the way over to the other side.
So you were able to get everyone.
Okay.
And then as soon as Vale, he's seen Millie cast Bless a whole bunch of times. Once he knows that she's done, he steps on that first platform.
Okay. As you do so, it kind of takes a second, but it depresses down into the floor. And as it does that, probably 3/4 of the way down down this pathway. Here, let's just. What am I looking for? There. Well. Hold. We'll use an old joke, if I could find it. Sorry. One moment.
Podcast, we would tell you something interesting is happening if something interesting was happening. He's just figuring it out. That's all it is.
All right, there it is. So, about 3/4 of the way down, a platform-looking thing, almost looks like a bridge, but it's kind of like transparent. Reveals itself.
Okay,
Is
Vale
it- Is it made of ice?
It's kind of hard to see what it's made out of. It's like you could see through it right now. It's like it's there, but it's not there.
All right. Vale's just gonna step off the platform to see what happens.
Disappears.
Kind of turns back and shrugs, and then steps on the next one.
Ugh. Sorry, I just got a tea leaf.
Nice.
All right, so you step on the next one, and this time, right in front, a sort of transparent looking bridge piece reveals itself.
All right, Vale's just gonna step off and go to the next one.
You're muted.
So I'm sorry, I keep doing that. A little bit more forward, same thing. There's like a transparent piece of a bridge that shows up.
And what are the numbers? Are just feet? That's a measurement numbers? Is that all that
Numbers
is?
are
Okay.
measurement numbers just to kind of help out that way. 80 feet from one wall to the next.
Yeah.
20 feet for the little ledge spot, and then 40 feet for the chasm at this moment.
Right. Vale's just gonna step to the last one.
Just move this up. Move this up. So as you do that, oops. Well, that's there now. As you do that, and by the way, every time you step off of one of these, it just kind of just pops back up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you step on the next one, it depresses down, and this time the only visible little bridge piece out of these is all the way towards the other end, and same type thing where it's transparent. You can see right through it, but you do see that there is some sort of form of a bridge there.
And there's enough space in between these platforms. Or is there too much space where we couldn't theoretically have one person standing on two?
No, you wouldn't be able to have one person. I mean, you could try to have one person stand on two.
I think I'm good.
It would be like a lay down type situation, like
Yeah.
trying to.
What do you think, Echo? You want to try the other ones?
I was thinking the same. With that, he'll step to the first button.
Okay. As Echo steps on the first button, that first little bridge section pops back up, and now you have two small sections of bridge, both transparent.
Vale's going to go back to this second one because I think that was the one that had that section show up before.
This one
Yeah.
right here.
If I remember correctly, yeah.
As you do that, the bridge section on the far side vanishes, and this first one here that was once kind of transparent like the other ones, it just kind of it becomes this kind of beautiful like onyx
Ooh.
bridge piece.
Oh. No one step on that yet.
Vale steps off of this platform.
As the thing pops back up, and it's now transparent again.
Really hoping that would stay. Okay.
I'm going to move to the next. And I move to the next.
Okay. As you move to the next, this one, and Vale's not standing on anything right now, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that front piece vanishes, and then let's see, all the way down at the end, there's a transparent piece of a bridge.
And if I remember correctly, that's this one.
Yes.
On the
Yeah.
side.
When you step on that, it kind of like ends. Same thing. Solid onyx piece of a bridge.
Alright.
Echo smiles a bit over at Vale and nods. And then moves on to the next.
All right. As you move on to the next one, kind of right in the middle here, there's a little piece of a bridge that kind of, again, transparent, reveals itself.
Echo, hold on one moment. Vale casts Mage Hand. grabs the immovable rod and tries to move through the transparent thing to see if it's something solid or not. Doesn't expect it to be, but
Moves right through it.
okay. Brings it back. I'm assuming that's Carrick.
Yes, Carrick is in the back.
Relics, could you
kind of-
step on that first one? On my side.
Yes, of course, brother. He steps on it, and that middle piece begins to just like, and then solid onyx section of a bridge.
I think what 4 of us are gonna have to do is make 2 solid, have one person go across, and then switch out whichever one that they're not on to the next one that they can go to, and have one person cross. And hopefully there's something on the other side that maybe will activate all of these.
I think you're right.
If
Pieces
what the
of-
frost giant said is true, I think that person crossing may have to be Melly.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
What does Melly look like right now?
A little stoic, kind of uncomfortable at the thought of going over there by herself.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not doing anything to hide that either. So if anyone is looking at her, they see it.
You can do this, Melly.
I just don't like the idea of us all not being together.
I understand.
But we are together. And that's how we're going to get you across here. Unharmed and unflattened.
I'll
Okay,
go to
so-
the first one on the left side. Or I guess I can move my person.
So I have a question. The pieces of bridge that are showing up, they are like eventually when all of them connect, it's not like they would all connect.
They do connect, yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was just like a small piece and there were going to be gaps where like you had to jump.
No, you don't. It doesn't. I don't think you put any. I don't think you put any side by side yet, but
Mhm.
based on where you've seen them, it doesn't look like you'd have to jump. Maybe like take a big step, mind the gap, like you're going on the railroad, but
Echo's going to move to the third on the left if he's not already there. I want to say he's still there.
he's there. Yeah.
Okay.
Val will go to the second one on the right.
And Carrick's still on the first.
Carrick is still in the first, yes. Which, actually, what did I do? Alright. Well, I definitely messed something up while explaining it. Which one are you going to, Jake? You're on the second one.
I think we're all on the ones we want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, number 5. Holy cow! I need to turn off drawing mode. Exit drawing mode. All right. Sometimes these things are great, And sometimes they are frustrating. Okay. So, with Carrick on number 1 on the right side, and this is where I say I think I might have explained something wrong. With Carrick on number 1, kind of 3/4 of the way down, you have a platform or a bridge section. With Mac on number 1 on the left side, you have a bridge section right up front. With Echo on the third one on the left side, we have a bridge section right, kind of right connecting to the one up front. And with Vale, where he is, the bridge section, the first one, as soon as you step there, that first one becomes solid.
Carrick, I think you need to move to a different one. Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course, brother. My mistake. My mistake.
I see what you did there.
Okay, which one would you like me to put Carrick on?
Just because I'm a little confused, I would want him to just go to the very next one and see what happens.
Okay. So as he goes to this one, now you actually now have 2 solid.
Fully solid.
Yes, exactly. And they are joined together.
Okay, so once Melee gets to the second section, Mac and I will switch. I think you're muted.
All right. I'm going. And Melly starts. She's gonna. Well, I guess first she doesn't walk right onto it. She's just gonna do. She's gonna like tap it with her foot, make sure it's solid.
Before you step onto it, Carrick will just kind of say, wait. Brother, why don't you give Melly the rod, just in case?
Oh, yes, of course. A spectral hand just flies over to you with it.
Thank you. I hope that my upper body strength will not be needed today. She just like clicks the button on and off just to test that she knows how to work it well, and then steps onto the platform and then walks carefully all the way down to, I'm assuming this one ends like right there-ish.
Yeah, and as you step on these bridge pieces, you feel almost like a radiant light on your feet, and there's kind of like a shimmer to your steps.
Do you all see this?
Yes.
This is really something.
Melly's gonna slide her hand along the side of the bridge to see if it gives like the same little.
It does, and there's almost like a warmth to it as well, even in this like kind of cold place.
This is breathtaking. All right. We're ready to switch?
Val just makes eye contact with Mac.
Mac nods.
Melly's gonna click in the immovable rod and just like be holding. Actually, you know what? She's gonna stick it under her butt so that way, like, if she does fall, she can like sit
Yes.
on it.
Yes.
Great idea.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, so as Mac steps off of that front left panel, the first bridge section becomes transparent again, and when he goes over to the fourth one on that far end, when he goes over to the fourth one, there is a same type thing right in front, transparent.
I go from the second one to the first one on the right side.
Okay. And as you go there, this front guy disappears, and the one in front of Melly becomes solid.
Oh, thank God.
Click, click. All right. Melly walks across to the edge of the next one. I'm really thankful you guys are so good at this stuff. She sticks a rod under her butt again and clicks it again.
So you said you walk over to the next one?
Yes, but I realized I forgot to move her, so thank you.
It's all good. Oh boy.
She just fell. Oops.
It's okay. She's just taking a seat. That's it. As you walk over and step on that next panel, or next bridge piece, everyone make a perception check. Or actually, you could also just tell me what your passive perception is.
My passive perception's a 16.
13.
14.
Okay. So, as Melly steps on that third bridge, you feel kind of like a little bit of a shake. And you look over to the left where that's coming from. And what you see is the giant skeleton that was on the left side beginning to kind of like shift and move a little bit. And as that happens, everybody roll initiative and throw on some combat music.
What? What?
What in the hell, Bobby?
Well, this should be fun. Okay. That's not bad. It's a 16 on initiative for Vale.
Yeah.
17 for Echo.
$14 for Mac.
Melly is a 7.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Checks out.
She's distracted by the pretty bridge.
Well, she's focused on the task at hand. The classic, oh, I'm just going to pull a map up for no reason. The map was because they needed a visual. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just pulling up Carrick's sheet. The character sheet, if you will.
Nah. Nah.
That's a nat 1. Which makes it a 6. And... Okay. Echo. You are the first one up as you see this horrible sight begin to unfold.
How far away is this thing?
About 15 feet away from you. Let's... Just for... Here, we'll throw... Just so you could kind of tell. That's where it is. I know my drawing is terrible. I understand it's been confusing. I'm sorry.
How far away is the next button to my south? I forget. You had mentioned how far in between they were, but the description has gotten a little lost on me.
We'll call it 10 feet. All the buttons are 10 feet in between them.
Okay. So if I move 10 feet closer to the skeleton, I can try to attack it?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, then...
Or if you it said it was 15 feet away, right? So if...
You said it was 15 feet away. So,
so if
I don't know if
moved
that meant...
5 feet, you could try to attack it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have a 10-foot reach on the staff. I forget that. Okay, I think that is what... I think that's what I'm going to have Echo do. He's kind of have this moment of, oh, gods! And just pull out his staff and then look down at the button underneath it and be like, oh, gods, I hope we're right. And step off that 5 feet and try to give him a big smack. Oh! Okay. Plus 8 would be a 19.
19?
Yes.
A 19 hits.
Yeah. And that is... Oh, that's not the right die. Got a little excitable. All right. That is a 3 plus 5 for 8 magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He'll follow up with a second of the same thing.
Your thing.
That's another 19.
Another 19? All right, yeah, that's another hit.
5 plus 5, which is 10 magical bludgeoning damage.
Very nice, very nice.
He's then going to step up another 5 feet to hit with... I'm going to use a key point to do 2 unarmed strikes. So I'm just going to mark one of those off.
All right.
We'll see what the attack do. Ooh, that's a 16. Do a 16 hit?
16 do hit.
Beautiful. Okay. That's a 7 magical bludgeoning damage. I would also impose the effect that makes him unable to take reactions. There's no save or anything. It's just part of Flurry of Blows.
Perfect.
And I'll do one more unarmed strike. Oh, are we still blessed, or has it been too long for that?
You're still blessed.
Oh, we are.
Adding blessed this whole dang time.
Wait, how long does blessed last for again?
1 minute.
Oh, no, you're not blessed anymore. I'm sorry.
I kind of figured that might be the case. That's a 17 to hit for the last attack.
Yeah, that's it.
And that is 8 magical bludgeoning damage. I would also like the creature to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
That is a 2.
Oh, all right. Well, I trip him. I kick him in his bony leg so hard he fall down.
Yeah, so it's like the joint kind of like disconnects for a second, and you hear like a loud crack, of some sort, and you see it like pop right back into place, but it disconnected for long enough for this thing to just drop onto the ground, and as it falls onto the ground, there's this loud boom. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yes. So I've moved 10 feet. With that, and with his inability to take reactions, Echo is going to turn and run back to the second button on the left, which is to say that one.
Okay.
I have 40 feet of movement, so it should be more than enough to get me there.
Yeah, no, you're fine. As you do that, the final piece of the bridge opens up. It is still transparent, and the second piece of the bridge becomes transparent as well. And with that, it's Vale's turn.
So is it just the one skeletal giant that we see?
Right now, it is just the one skeletal giant, but you would remember that there was another one on the right side. But as of this moment, the only one moving is the one on the left.
And it's now prone.
It is now prone.
All right. Vale takes an arrow out and is going to shoot it. I know he has disadvantage because it's prone, but he's going to try. 6 plus 10 is 16.
That's a hit.
6 plus 5 is 11 magical piercing.
Okay.
And how far away is he, actually? I should have asked that first, but I didn't.
Let's see. 40, probably 60 feet away.
All right, Vale's just going to attack again. with a
Actually,
second
maybe a
attack.
little bit more than that. But
All right. He'll just attack. Okay, that's better even. That's a 19.
that's a hit.
And I'm going to re-roll that for my piercer feat. That's 8 magical piercing.
Okay.
Steady. Vale just says, "Brother, gonna need you to switch." And Vale's done.
To switch where?
The next tile. Go farther.
Father? Where is father? No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't say
I was
that.
gonna say Val just it's like, the next one's got your name on it, brother, if you don't move. That'll be it for Val.
Okay. All right. So as Vale's turn ends, Max begins.
All right. I'm gonna shoot it with my short bow.
All right. Just remember,
And
it is a
be-
disadvantage. Huh?
I would have advantage because it hasn't gone yet, and this is the first round. So then it would just be a regular.
True enough.
And that is a 24 to hit.
That's a hit. What are the rules?
And that is 9 piercing damage.
9 piercing damage.
And then can I take my bonus action to throw a dagger at it? I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
you can either, so I'm just gonna say yes.
That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
And that is 3 piercing. And if anyone is paying attention, the dagger's back in my hand.
Very nice. All right. So as your turn ends, the skeletal giant just kind of begins to get back up, and you hear all these like cracks of bones and screwed up joints and whatnot, all as it is picking itself up. And as it rises, it stands to about 20 feet in the air, something like that. Picks up this massive warhammer from the ground next to it, and it moves toward.
After spending half its movement to stand.
Yeah, after yes. it continues the rest of the way toward. We're gonna roll for it. Odd, it's Mac. Even, it's Echo. Either way, it's a halfling. Odd, it's Mac. And it will stand over next to him. And well, let's see. He is going to... No, you know what? All right. It motions over, stands next to Mac. It looks like he's about to just wail on him. And then he looks directly at Carrick and uses freezing stare. So Carrick must now succeed on a Constitution saving throw. Otherwise, we'll see what happens. Well, that is a 5. So Carrick now takes 10d6 cold damage and is paralyzed until his next turn. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oop. You guys know what my luck usually is with d6s. I don't think I've ever seen this many ones rolling a d6. So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 19. You will take 19 cold damage, and you see that anyone looking at Carrick notices that his breath, you start to see his breath, even though it's not like crazy cold in here. And it almost looks like there's a layer of frost built up on his skin as he kind of just stands there motionless. Like he looked like he was getting himself in position to get off the thing and move to the next one. And he's just stuck in place right now. And that brings us to Melly's turn.
Melly is going to... Where is the thing that I want to do? She is... Ooh, I don't know what she wants to do now. Okay, I guess she'll do that. No one's within 5 feet of me, so she's gonna do Thunderstep, and she's gonna just jump to the other side, cause Michael did the math, and she should be close enough. It's 90 feet that she can go, and anything within, I think it's 5 feet of her takes damage. But there's no creatures. Oh no, within 10 feet. But there's no one within 10 feet of her.
There's nothing within 10 feet of you. Yeah. So As what does it look like when you teleport?
Definitely like kind of like blue plasma around her, and like it like sucks her in, and there's like little frost there, and then she appears like on the opposite side in the same way.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, and as you do that, there's just this like hold. Hmm. One second. Maybe not. Come on, come on, come on. As you do that, this thunder booms through the cave and it just echoes off of everything. And holy crap, is that thing loud. It draws everyone's attention to Melly as they see her disappear for about half a second and then pop right back up on the other side in that kind of blue plasma-like effect that she just described. You now see that she is safe. Is there anything else you want to do, Melly?
Well, since everyone's looking at her, she waves.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then how far away is the giant versus carrot from Melly?
They're probably, I mean, it's gonna be like 100, maybe like 125 feet for the giant and then 130 feet for Carrick, something along those lines.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else that I can do. Let me just hold on. Let me look at my things real quick. Oh, wait, I have this. I don't think any of those are going to be helpful, though. Yeah, nope. That's going to be it. That's all she's got.
Okay. All right. So with that, it will be Carrick's turn, and he can't do anything as he's just kind of frozen in place. That will move us to Echo back at the top. Echo, it is your turn.
Seeing that Melly is safe on the other side of the chasm, Echo's just gonna like quick like neck crack, neck stretch, pull his staff out and run at this stupid skeleton with a new fervor for skeleton smashing.
Yeah, as you move off the plate, the transparent bridge section that was right next to Millie just kind of just vanishes.
Okay. That is a 27 to hit.
That is a hit.
That's max damage, which is 13 magical bludgeoning damage.
Very nice.
Which is
Very
fun.
nice.
I would like to push it. So, are we up against a wall? Like, did he come from a wall?
Yes.
Then I would like to push him. I could kind of move him. So, with the Crusher feat, once per turn, I can move an enemy as long as I do bludgeoning damage. I can move it in whatever direction I please, but only 5 feet.
Okay.
I want to start pushing him toward the hole.
Okay.
Toward the chasm.
Safe to assume that you're like right over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll try to shove him over that way. And I know it's only 5 feet, and that's not going to cut it, but that is why I would like to follow up with several more attacks.
Okay.
So I think I'm actually next going to just jump right into the flurry of blows, unarmed attacks.
Okay.
I'll split up the attack action, as it were. So the first unarmed strike is a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
That is 8 magical bludgeoning, and this is probably not going to go well. But I'd like him to make a strength saving throw.
He does not get to reroll those,
Oh, really?
but it is a 7. If that saves, I don't know.
It does not save. He would have to beat a 14. So that being the case, this big skeleton gets pushed back 15 feet. Is that enough? Did that do it?
Well, let me tell you this. That big skeleton gets thrown back, and you watch as it goes through that kind of transparent bridge section that there is right in the middle there, and just continues to fall. And as it falls, you hear it crack on the side wall, and just you just hear all sorts of nasty sounds as this thing falls down and down and down.
Bye-bye. Have we heard any other sounds to indicate that, like, can we see the skeleton on the other side?
Skeleton on the other side is still standing there, holding up. Well, I mean, it seems like it's holding up the ceiling above you, but it's still there.
I'm not going to attack it. But I think I will move. Let's see. I think I'm just gonna move down toward like where the bridge starts. And
right.
I think that's probably gonna just to kind of put him toward the middle of the room a little bit more.
Okay.
And I think that will end my turn.
All right. I mean, we can. I'm just gonna say, well, we could drop initiative for this moment. If for whatever reason the combat continues, we'll just keep the initiative that we already have. But for this moment, enemies appear to be defeated, and as Melly looks around and sees this opening in front of her, we will take a quick break. If anyone has any questions about anything, just let me know. Write them all in chat, and we will get to them as soon as we get back. So, that being said, the giant falls and falls and falls, cracking into the sides of this mountain pit. And it appears quiet for a little bit. And Melly is now on the other side.
Is Carrick still like frozen or solid or not moving? What is?
He stays that way for, I don't know, maybe 6 to 10 seconds, something like that. And then like you see him kind of like snap himself out of it.
I think Vale would just kind of move over here and just once he sees that his brother's okay. You got this, Melly? I'm sure it kind of echoes a little bit across the we'll be waiting for you.
Uh, if anything happens, I'll deal with it. And Melly's gonna walk forward. What does she see? I'm sorry. You described
So
this previously multiple times. It's
no,
not in
I
my
didn't.
brain.
I didn't give an in-depth description of it because it's so far away. So you have kind of more of the same. The same entrance that you had previously was it's kind of this tall, just opening with a pillar on each side holding it up. But this time um, you see kind of like an engraving on each pillar of. It's kind of like a woman with her arms outstretched above her head like this, with these crazy looking wings all on each arm, and almost like a flame wrapped around her. Kind of like human woman meets phoenix, if you will.
Okay. Is there any writing?
There is no writing.
No writing. Melly's gonna try to push on the door. Can she see a hinge anywhere? Is it pull?
It's it is push. Um, there don't appear to be like any sort of like handles or anything like that. But you do see a seam in the middle. And did you push on the door?
Yeah, she's gonna push on the right side.
Sure. Yeah, it takes some force, but as you push on it, you're able to get the door to kind of prop open a little bit, and it feels like there's a lot of force like kind of pushing against you, but you are able to push through it. In the room ahead, it's dark, very dark.
All right, Melly's gonna take out her little flashlight torch, light it up. What can she see with her? Because she's not doing daylight, she's just doing light, which is different. How far
She
is that?
actually, you can't really see much. Like the torch itself is light, but it doesn't look like it's spreading light anywhere in the room. And did you walk in?
No, right now she's just holding the door open because she doesn't want to like walk in and then it's like another cavern. So if she's not getting anything with the light spell, she will cast daylight onto the torch. Which, if any spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of 3rd level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled. So I don't know if that has any effect.
So
but that's what it says.
as you use daylight on this, there's kind of like this really large like when you're using the torch as like kind of like your flashlight, we'll say there's like just a small ball of light on top of it. As you use daylight, there's a very large ball of light on top of it, but the darkness in the room remains.
Melly's gonna try and push the door like all the way open. So that way the light from the other room will come in.
You push the door like 3/4 of the way open, and it doesn't feel like you could push it any further than that. And aside from the space where you're standing, it's still dark. And looking from like the other side where everyone else is, as they look to you, it's like they just see kind of like complete darkness in that door, and they're able to see kind of just your they see kind of like you just with like kind of light shining off of you, but everything else through that door, darkness.
Is there a handle on the other door? Like so Melly pushed open the right-hand door. Is there a handle on the left? So if she goes in and this slams shut, can she pull the door open?
There does appear to be some sort of handle on it, yeah.
All right, she's gonna step in and let the door close.
Okay. Yeah, as you step in, the door kind of closes behind you. And your daylight, it kind of, you're able to see you. If you put your hand out in front of you, you see your hand in front of you. You kind of see like everything. You could probably see out to like a foot in front of you. The rest of that is like this thick, almost like a fog cloud of just dark.
All right, I guess she's gonna... Oh, gosh. She's gonna walk forward very slowly and very carefully. Doing like that, like tap the foot forward, make sure there's solid ground, listen to see if there's any clicks.
Every footstep you make just kind of every footstep you make just echoes on through the and it you can't really see it, but it sounds like there's a very, very long hallway, and with every step it echoes on through.
Melly's gonna reach down and touch the floor. Is the floor cold?
The floor is warm.
She takes her shoes off.
Okay. So there's as you take your shoes off, there's kind of like a warmth under your feet, and at this point, every step you take, there's kind of that almost like that shimmery light that you felt on the bridge, and that like radiant feel to it. But it's more of like the color to it is more like fiery than it was on the bridge. On the bridge, it was kind of like someone was shining a flashlight behind a t-shirt. And on this, it's more of like it looks like flames under your feet with every step you take.
Is it quieter?
It is quieter.
Okay, so she's gonna walk a little bit faster to try to get to the end sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But she's also gonna be listening. So if she hears like anything that sounds like someone else is in here with her, she's gonna stop and take account of what's around her.
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check?
Yeah, why don't I? She's great at this. She's really good at perceiving what's around her. Oh, it's not that bad. All right, 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
You don't notice anything else in this room with you. But as you keep walking it almost feels like you could just go on forever.
How long has she been walking at this point?
How long do you think she would walk before stopping once you started walking quickly?
Oh God, like a minute maybe?
A minute? All right. So you've probably been walking for a little over a minute then, including the time before when you took your shoes off and everything like that. We'll call it 2 minutes. Since you've been in the room.
Could she find a wall? Like, I know she's just been walking straight, or what she thinks is straight. But like, is there anything to the left or the right of her that she can touch or feel?
You don't feel anything to the left or to the right of you.
Oh God, Mellie's stuck in this room forever. All right, Mellie's gonna sit down. She's gonna sit down and she's gonna repeat the word quiet to herself over and over again and try to quickly meditate because she doesn't know what else to do and she can't find anything else in this room.
What words do you repeat to yourself?
Quiet, quiet, quiet.
And with every time you say that, you just hear that word just kind of echo through. You hear it a million times. And I feel like you have that thought, like, because it's almost distracting when you hear quiet, like, bounced back at you. But I feel like you think about that moment with Echo when he says, just think about nothing. And eventually you're able to drown it out. Eventually you're able to drown it out. And you hear nothing. Until eventually you do hear something. I should probably say that before I start talking. Suddenly you hear this voice, and it kind of echoes through. You've traveled a long way. Manny, is it?
It is. And who are you?
I'm the Everlight. Those who know me by my name call me Ray.
I've come to this place and I'm not sure what I'm seeking, but are you to guide me?
I suppose that depends what you're looking for. This is a dark place. Most who find themselves here bring negativity and anxieties. What do you bring?
Well, I certainly have anxieties, but I would want to bring hope that a dark place such as this could be brought to light, that I could be a light to those who I walk with and those that exist in this world.
So you believe that the corrupt and evil can be redeemed?
Certainly those who seek redemption. Maybe just some need to be shown the light.
As you say that, whether you open your eyes or you just, if you're still internalizing, you feel kind of this like the warmth grows a bit more, and there's this reddish orange light that fills the room, and as you see, like, all around you, you can't see any walls, you can't see the door where you came from. You just see this light extending everywhere. The light will always drive out the dark. But you cannot force someone into the light. Do you agree?
Do agree it has to be a choice. But I think some need to see the light in order to be able to make that choice. Some are in darkness and they are not aware. So it's a matter of bringing the light to them. So that way they can make that choice.
And are you the one to show this light?
If I can be.
Could you be?
Yes.
Good. Melly, when you leave here, I will give you some of my light to take with you. You may do with it as you please, but I hope that you will use it to shine on the dark, and that you will use it for redemption.
Accept that. Humbly. I hope that my light could maybe be somewhat as bright as yours.
I hope so too. Melly, in front of you, you see this creature. It looks like a monstrosity. It looks like it wants to do harm to something. You have the feeling it wants to do harm to your friends. And after you see this and think about it for a moment, before you, this creature. Given the opportunity, it would take the life of those you love. How would you stop it? Would you shine your light stopping it in its path? Or would you rip the darkness from it, leaving it in pain and chaos? Or would you neuter it, take away its ability to attack effectively? To reiterate, not with that echoey voice, she has given you 3 options. 1, if this creature before you, to stop it, you could use the bit of your light that you're given to sort of enact like a holy attack and vengeance on it. To do what you would need to do. The other option she gave was to kind of use its evil against it and kind of manipulate the darkness within it so that it would feel pain and die. And then the last option she gave you was to attempt to take away its ability to attack.
I believe there's only one real choice, which is the first. Even if a creature is corrupt and evil, I don't believe it deserves to live in pain and agony. So shining that light and stopping it in its track is the only thing that I could think to do.
A wise decision. And with those words, you see this kind of like holy, radiant light strike forth at the beast, and as that happens, it kind of just it gets very bright and then fades. Before you now you see another image. This one, it's actually Echo, and he looks like he's afraid. And after you see that and focus on that, think about that for a moment. You see this massive, giant skeleton with its hammer, and it's in the motion of swinging down as if it means to attack him and kill him. Melly. This is your friend, is it not?
He is.
If your friend was in danger, and you had the opportunity, would you use your light to stop this monster in its tracks, holding it in place, keeping it still? Or would you attempt to calm it, if for a moment? Again, we'll just kind of recap.
It's hard to hear everything that's with the echoey voice.
Yeah, no, I figured that's why we'll kind of give more of an explanation. She is giving you the choice of a creature is attempting to kill Echo. You have to think quickly. You can either stop this creature, hold it in place, and have it not be able to move or attack or speak or do anything, or you can attempt to calm the creature and sort of trick it into thinking you're friendly for a moment. Either way, nothing permanent, just something giving Echo a moment to flee.
I would calm the creature, because it should feel peace in its last moments of life.
How very noble and arrogant. I have one last question. Give me 1 second. If I lent you my servants, would you use them for good?
Of course. My only hope, as I said before, is to be a light to those around me. Doing good is all that I can hope for. All that I can try to be.
So be it, so be it, so be it. Good luck, Melly. I will be keeping a close eye on you.
Thank you.
And as she says that, why don't you make a Constitution saving throw as you just see all of this light in this room, all of this orange and yellow glowing power in this room gets sucked up from all of the far walls and everywhere where it's been reflecting off of, and looks like it's going straight into the space where you're standing, into you.
Oh boy. And you said that's a what? Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitutions. Alright, here we go. Oh boy. Oh, that's terrible. Hold on. We're gonna go ahead and do favored by the gods. Alright. Come on, die, don't let me down. That was not good. Okay, hold on, one more. Right, it's 2. Yep, 2d4. Oh my gosh.
What you got?
Got a 9.
A 9? Wow,
9.
really? After all that?
Yep. I rolled a 2 and then 2 1s.
All right.
I should have blessed myself.
So, as you feel all of this light and power and warmth come to you, it almost feels overwhelming for a second, and you feel it. It's not coming off of anywhere in the room. It's actually emanating from yourself, and you see there's just beams coming from your eyes, from your mouth, from your hands, and it feels warm. It doesn't feel painful, but you do fall down unconscious for a moment in the room. And as that happens, let's flash to outside. And so you're all standing around. You see that Melly opens this dark door. You see that she's trying to use the light to see in, but as far as you could tell, it's pitch black in there. And she just walks into the darkness. The door closes behind her. What do you guys do? You say anything? Do you talk about it? Do you have any sort of like internal feelings that you want to voice or anything like that?
I think definitely after a few minutes, I'm not sure exactly how long she was in there, but definitely after a few minutes, I think Echo would be trying to do the math to see, like, maybe we could get someone to go, like, we have 5 of us, or, well, 4 now. There's got to be some way we can get someone over there. And I think mostly probably turning to Vale with that kind of mindset. He's starting to get a little worried after a few minutes, especially seeing how dark the room was as she opened the door. Just pitch black, and she just walked right in.
And Josh, you said from the very tip of that the closest point to the back wall was
It
what,
was
like 100
probably
plus
like
feet still?
120 feet, something like that, 115 feet, something along those lines.
Echo makes eye contact with Vale. He just kind of. Every idea I had probably would have involved the immovable rod. But
Right.
I think she's supposed to be there.
I think so too. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Vale looks a little surprisingly calm. This.
You're right. I think seeing his body language not really change, Echo would respond to it, and she'll be fine.
I know it's uncomfortable.
It's an understatement. But she is more than capable. So, do we just wait?
Mac is sitting on his on his platform. Like you can see that he's alert, but he is sitting. kind of.
He never moved.
No, he didn't. He stayed there.
It's a Carrick. What's Carrick doing?
Carrick is kind of like pacing back and forth at this point. He's looking up at the skeleton. He's looking at the distance. He kind of like pulls his bow, and he doesn't notch an arrow, but you see him kind of like pull back and kind of like flex it, almost like he's trying to gauge if he were making a shot, like what it would, where he would have to aim and that kind of thing at that distance. And he's definitely thinking about like, if he has to do something, what could he possibly do?
I suppose if we form the last piece of the bridge, it would trigger the other giant. Do you? Just kind of ambiguously throwing it out there.
Oh. Right.
By the way, there's some good handiwork you had there.
Well, the way I saw it, there were two ways to deal with the problem, and one of them took a lot less energy. Really just let the hole do the work. But I think you may be onto something. We haven't formed that last section of the bridge, so maybe let's see what happens if we can at least make things safer for when Melly returns.
But did you know she could teleport like that? I mean, it was loud, but I didn't know she could do that.
It was a lot less loud the last time she did it, and now that you mention it, I don't think I was paying much attention when it happened. But, she seems to learn something new every day.
As you're having this conversation, the doors that were that you saw her walk through open themselves up, and this fierce red yellowish light beams through, and was that even standing like directly on the other side of that, just for fun's sake, like directly adjacent to the door?
That's where Echo was when the last time I moved him officially, according to the canon.
Well, do
but I
you
would
think he would still be there, or you think he'd be
if
walking
Echo was
around?
talking to Vale, if Vale is still where he was, I guess then Echo and Vale would technically both be pretty much straight across. So it depends on if Vale would have approached Echo or vice versa.
He probably would have.
Okay.
See why
All
not?
right. So as this happens, this beaming light goes straight out. It goes through Echo and Vale. Mac and to Carrick, both of them are swallowed. It looks like Echo and Vale are swallowed up by this light. Echo and Vale, let's have you make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. 21.
You got 18.
21? Okay. Both of you feel this radiant light coming through you. And it feels good. Like, it feels like it's a good thing. Doesn't do any damage to you. And it lasts for probably about like 7 seconds, something like that. Not a crazy long time, but not a short time either. And as the light stops, you see that piece by piece, the bridge forms itself. And there is now a bridge across, fully formed. That same onyx, really nice craftsmanship bridge that Melly had been walking across piece by piece.
I'll just is looking at Echo, smiling.
Echo rubs his eyes for a second, shakes his head a little, and then also looks back in surprise and happiness. Mac, I think you can get up. You can get up now.
When the light would have come out, I would have jumped up.
I think whatever it was she had to do, I think she did it.
Well, whatever it is, we should probably act quick before this bridge disappears. I don't see Melly coming out.
Yeah, Vale nods at him and he starts to kind of not like sprint, but run across the bridge to get there.
Mac would follow suit.
Yep, same.
So everybody takes a light jog across the bridge. Okay. So as you make it across, you see what Melly saw originally, which are these pillars that have the depiction of Ray, the Everlight, and up, hands above her head, wings under her arms, and fire around her. And the doors are open. Do you walk in through the room? Do you like stop at all when you get there? Or you just kind of like keep just going straight in?
Vale would certainly probably slow a little bit to see that, but just keep going and just say, Melly! Are you in there?
As you walk into this room and kind of take a look around, it has these stone floor, kind of a lighter color stone on the walls as well. There's pillars throughout, and just more images of the Everlight around. And a quick look around, you see in the middle of this room your friend Melly, kind of like kind of like curled up, just like on the ground, clearly knocked out.
Val would definitely quicken his pace to get to her as fast as he could.
Mhm. Yeah, so when you get to her, you see she's alive, but she is unconscious.
Just would maybe shake her shoulder, like, Melly. Pick up Melly. Is she?
Not yet.
Echo, do you still have the ring, don't you?
As soon as you said Echo stretches out his hand and tries to cast. I believe it was Healing Word that was in the ring.
Yep, I believe it was. So what is it? 2d4?
Yes.
1d4. 1d4.
Oh yes, you're right. I'm sorry. It's 1d4
but her
plus
mod,
her
I believe.
spellcasting modifier, which was a +4 +5 for charisma 5. So
+5.
she receives 8 points of healing.
As that happens, Melly, you kind of open your eyes, and it's not like a type thing. It's more like you just took a long nap, and you're just kind of now waking up, and you feel refreshed. You don't feel like pain or anything like that, or like you just overloaded, or there's no sort of like negative feeling as to what just happened. You literally, it's just as if you were sleeping and you woke up, but now all your friends are standing around you. You're muted.
How did all of you get over here? Melly sits up. Are you all okay?
Yes, we figured the bridge just formed. We figured you did something. You all right?
Yes. I don't even know where to begin, but I met a form of the Everlight, and it was just the most bizarre and amazing experience. Maybe I can tell you all about this while we walk and talk.
Yes, are you up to it?
Yes, I feel fantastic.
Oh. He's just taking a nap then.
Unintentionally. Oh, okay, so you said that the bridge formed?
Yes, there was a very bright light shot out of the door as it opened. And then when the light faded, the bridge was there.
Well, she certainly opened the gateways for you all to come find me. This room was unbelievably dark and then unbelievably brilliantly light. So we're walking. Is there so what else is in the room? Because is it completely lit now too? Like, is it,
Yeah.
how big is it? What do we see?
So it's a fairly large room, not nearly as large as it was when it was dark and you were walking like infinitely. you feel like there was something afoot when that was going on. But now at this point, it's pretty large room. You have probably there's 3 sets of pillars lining the center, holding everything up, and on the walls you see various depictions of the Everlight, whether it's as a phoenix, as a woman phoenix in flame, burning out. It kind of like this fight of light against darkness is depicted in this art on these walls, and that's pretty much what you see as far as like what's depicted on everything. Towards the far side of the room, there is a rather large and ornate like spiral staircase, and along the sides it looks like they tried to carve like flames along the sides of it.
The flames are like carved into the stone, or the stone is made to look like flames. That's really cool.
The stone is made to look like flames. Yeah.
You in a rush to get out of here?
Not exactly, but I did pass out from what happened, and I don't know how often that will be happening. It seems like a thing for me. A lot of power, passing out, and if I do that again, I would prefer to be in a place where we all know that we're safe. Not that I don't think we're safe here, but I know that there was still a giant skeleton out in the other room.
Okay, yes. Fine with me.
Melly, as you kind of like get your bearings and everything, you feel something in your hand, and as you look in your hand, you see you have this kind of small pendant of Rhea, the Everlight. And I sent you a picture of it, so you know exactly what it looks like. And also, you don't have to do this right now, because it won't matter for this session, but you could add Guiding Bolt, Calm Emotions, and Spirit Guardians to your list.
I'm so excited. Oh boy. Okay.
You don't have to add them right this second, because we're going to end soon anyway. But just so I could tell you on stream.
Oh man, I've wanted calm emotions for so long, but so many things have taken precedent over it. I'm very excited. Okay. I don't know where this came from. Well, that's not true. I'm assuming that it came from the Everlight. Do any of you want to look at it? And Melly will hold out the pennant to them. But
Eka would definitely look at it, but I don't think he's gonna touch it. But he's gonna look at it. Just admire it, I think.
Mac just kind of looks at it from afar. Mac doesn't get like his hand actually goes up to his amulet as he kind of looks at it, but doesn't like get any closer to it.
I think Val would touch it. having a minor technical difficulty here.
You're muted, Josh.
I knew that. I think this might be a fine place to end anyway. We're getting close to 10 o'clock and starting to have some technical difficulties. So we could just end on a good note. We'll pick up from here next week. Everybody, thank you for coming out. A lot of familiar faces tonight and some new faces too. And it's always good to see you. So I hope you had a good time. And remember, just real quick, Evan, are you planning on streaming tomorrow, or it's up in the air?
I'm planning on it, barring any kind of technological issues like I ran into a couple times last week. I am planning on streaming tomorrow. That'll be Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, voice acted with all sorts of fun voice mod voices, like you heard Josh do throughout the session tonight. He was also using voice mod. So if you want to check out voice mod, get some cool voices, please go to voicemod.net, download it, and if you decide to buy a license, please use the code It's EVBO, spelled just like that, right under my face right here. You get 5% off, and they see that I'm directing people toward the site, which is also very good. They were kind enough to reach out and include me in a bit of a partnership program with them, so it would be wonderful if you could do that.
Awesome. Yeah,
I just put his link in chat.
it's been a lot of fun watching Thousand Year Door. I've never played that game before, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. And if I ever play that game, the Elder will forever be the, oh, what is this? Elder P. Who put Elder P here? and that's just great. I love it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. You should definitely check that out if you're free tomorrow night. If he's streaming, I will be there for sure. So we could hang out and chat. Hope you had fun here tonight. If you had fun, if you like what we're doing here, please just do Command JnJ in chat. That'll bring you to all of the things, including youtube.com/JnJ Tabletop, which is our YouTube. We do videos at least once a week. Last week we did 2, like we spoke about earlier. And also, if you go on that LinkTree thing, which is also going to be in the description of our YouTube videos, you could find us on Discord and really everywhere else. But Discord specifically, join our Discord. We'll talk about all the fun stuff, games, and crazy concepts that we have, questions, all that kind of thing. And we could just be friends. We would love that. We love making friends. So we hope to see you there. And if this is your first time here, hope you enjoyed yourself. You can catch up on past episodes at the YouTube channel, which is going to be Rare Drop Roleplay's YouTube. And then also if you go to JnJ's YouTube, we have a playlist that'll bring you there. And if you want to catch up on old episodes, just do Rare Drop Roleplay anywhere you could find podcasts, and it'll be there. So hope to see you next time. Be kind to each other, stay safe, and I guess that's everything. So we'll see you on Sunday.